Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaac and let's talk about some stories. And today we're going to be talking about My Hero Academia chapter 368 spoilers, and let me tell you, this is going to be juicy. But before we get into that, a quick summary of chapter 367. For those of you who don't remember, in chapter 367, Deku finally makes it to UA and comes in with a devastating smash, sending Shigaraki off of his feet for the first time in the entire fight. However, it's at this point that our boy Wonder notices that all the heroes have been taken out and is about to lose it. But thankfully, our boy Lemillion is there and is able to calm Deku down before he bursts into a rage. Now, some people feel like this is kind of an ass pull, and let me tell you this, I don't think so, because one, Deku has gone through this before and he does know what happens when he loses control. He becomes sloppy and simplistic, and you know what? He did get beat by Shigaraki the last time. So now he's using his brain. After Izuku manages to calm down, we see one final panel with the 6 vestiges of One For All standing behind him. And he asks the following question to All For One: is Shigaraki still in there? And that's where chapter 367 ends. Yo, did you know that 9 out of 10 dentists recommend you subscribe to this channel? No? Well, now you do. Chapter of the title, Roaring One For All. Now, thankfully, chapter 368 picks off exactly where we left off on chapter 367, where we have All For One looking Deku and be like, yo, your boy Shigaraki, he's gone. No more. No mas. It's just me now. The spoilers say that after they fused, the personality of All For One is one that took over because he's been old for so long that he had a stronger personality and was over to take over Shigaraki. And All For One looks at Deku and is like, look, bro, I don't know what you're planning. I don't know what he's planning, but I'm gonna let y'all know that everything is gonna go as I planned. And that's when the boy Lemillion comes in and is like, up. I don't think that's factual. Back a few chapters ago, if y'all remember, Lemillion was just like, yo, Shigaraki, you ain't got no friends. And as you guys remember, Shigaraki lost his mind and was like, I've got a lot of friends. They say that they like hanging out with me, which is definitely not something that All For One would ever say. And it's at this point that Lemillion lets Deku know that the fusion is probably unstable. Now, I don't know if you guys remember, in my last video or like 2 videos ago, you guys can go check it out, I said that the downfall of Shigaraki for one will be the fact that the stable is unfusion. The unstable is unfusion. Downfall of Shigaraki for one was going to be the fact that the fusion was unstable. And to really drive home the point that Shigaraki is still in there, Nana, the third wielder of One For All, pops in for a little second. She lets Deku know that she recognizes Kentaro on Shigaraki's hand, right? And they look at each other and somehow they lock eyes. I'm not sure if it's Nana locking eyes with Kentaro or if it's Deku locking eyes with Kentaro. It's not very clear what's going on because I don't have the pictures right now. And then she confirms, she's like, look, Kentaro's on that hand, Shigaraki is still in there. At this point, All For One has had it, he's done it, no more talking, no more speaking, let's fight. And him simply jumping towards Deku completely shifts the UA building. It's a full tilt. Jumping at Deku, it seems, with his full speed and coming in with a smash. Now, the ground around Deku shattered, probably shockwaves, miles to be felt. Deku unbothered by the whole situation, and the boy Wonder comes in with a beautiful reply telling All For One that he's not gonna let everything go his way. It ends today, and Deku comes in with a new move, a combination of Fa, Jin, and Black Whip, wrapping around Shigaraki's arm with black chain. Now, if you guys remember in the Paranormal Liberation Army, I don't know if you guys remember, but Deku used the Black Whip in the War Arc to keep himself attached to Shigaraki in the air and just slamming into him as much as he could. All For One, not being one to be fooled by the same trick twice, immediately breaks out of Black Chain. And that's when we get the second user appear and tells Deku, if you're gonna use my quirk, you better end it fast. If you don't end things in 5 minutes, the world is doomed. Now we finally understand why Deku was so hesitant about using the second user's quirk to get to UA, is because there is a 5-minute time limit. Finally, the boy Deku gets into a position, grabs his hand, and goes the second. I would not be surprised if this was like a little homage, a little nod, you know what I'm saying, to Luffy's Gear Second, because y'all are gonna see what I mean in a sec. After saying the second, All For One is slammed seemingly out of nowhere and is sent flying, hits a wall, and he hits the wall faster than the sound gets there. And I'm pretty sure what happens next is the first time that we see All For One have actual any concern about what's happening. He's like, nope, oh no, it can't be. It can't be, because not only is he stronger and he's faster, the energy emitting from his body is different. And he's like, is it the second? It's the second. Is it I thought, I didn't want it to be the second, but it looks like it's the second. Now, while All For One is rethinking his life, Deku comes in with a 3-piece combo called a second. Now, while All For One is rethinking his life, Deku comes in with a 3-piece combo called the second, third, and top. And that's when we get a little bit of exposition from the second user of One For All, and he explains what his quirk does. The name of his quirk is Transmission, and what it does is that it changes the target's speed. So if Deku touches himself, relax, he's going to increase in speed. If he touches Shigaraki, he's going to increase in speed. So could you imagine being hit with a 100% smash? You get sent flying like 100 kilometers an hour, and on top of that, your speed accelerates because of the transmission quirk. And the 3-piece combo does not end, because Deku appears behind All For One and hits him with Overdrive, the last attack in the sequence. Now, the second user of One For All does end his little speech by letting us, the audience, know that Deku is capable of using 120% of One For All. And with that devastating blow landed, Yoichi, the first wielder of One For All, appears and tells his brother, can we just call it a day? And that is where the chapter ends. When the full chapter comes out, I will be coming out with a review video, so look out for that. You guys let me know what things going to happen next. Now, obviously, this isn't the end of the fight. We still need Bakugo to be resurrected. We still have to deal with the original body of One For All, and we're going to see what happens with that. Until next time, hit the like button, hit that dislike button, do a backflip, do what you gotta do. Peace.